What is up, my butter biscuits? Y'all, this one to me is so random. I thought this chapter was closed, but as you guys can tell by the title of the video, we are going to be talking about Jaclyn Hill. I cannot believe that she is still saying that her lipsticks are not contaminated. Before we get into this video, I just want to point out, y'all, you guys know this is actually the reason why I've been called naive so much on social media, because I'm not going to say that I defended Jaclyn Hill, but I kind of was like, you know what, I feel bad for her, because I feel like with this mass production issue, it wasn't really her fault. It's not like she can oversee every single lipstick that was going out there into the market. So I kind of always felt bad for her, but then I've always said she handled the situation very inappropriately, and she's still continuing it on, and I kind of don't understand that. I literally Googled the definition of contamination we're going to go into this video, because I watched back her old video. She's like, the products are not contaminated. She even saying it now that her products are not contaminated. And I looked up the definition, and look, I feel like you guys can school me on this. You guys know that I'm very uneducated, but I looked up the definition and I'm like, they seem pretty contaminated to me. But anyways, y'all, so we're going to be taking a trip down memory lane, going through the whole lipstick gate. So if you guys are interested in talking about that, or hearing about that rather, of course, go and keep on watching. I cannot believe that Jaclyn Hill literally, like, oh my God, y'all. We'll go into her screenshots, y'all. I'm just like, why would she do this? She should have just let it go. You know what I mean? Anyways, if you guys are interested in this video, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. And let's go and get into it. Also, I just want to point out, just in case you guys didn't watch my kimchi and Trixie Mattel video, I just thought that was so funny that I actually got it right. Why did I say within that video, wouldn't it be cool if they come out with a collaboration, and them like stirring up some drama is just for marketing? And I was right. I was like, oh my gosh, that's like the first time I was ever right. Anyways, y'all, this one to me, I'm kind of wondering the same. I'm wondering if she's like stirring this up because she's going to be coming out with like new makeup collections or like new jewelry, new something, because this to me is just so out of the blue and just like so random. And I kind of feel like she didn't really need to even bring this back up. Let me tell you guys something. If I had this much drama in my past, I'm leaving it in the past. I never want to talk about it again. I'm never going to mention it again. I'm just letting it go because I don't want to like reopen that door. You know what I'm saying? And she totally did. So this is what she posted last night on her story. She said, not me still wearing my lipsticks that people claimed were contaminated, filled with mold and harming people, ... Bad bitches only. Okay. Hey, whatever, you know, she can go ahead and do that, but I'm just kind of like, oh girl, I would not open that door. But hey, you know, she went ahead and did it. And so of course people were like, what, girl? Like, what are you talking about? So somebody wrote to her and said, so were they not contaminated? She said, laughed my ass off. No. 2% of my lipsticks had white fuzzies and air bubbles in them. 2%. That's how loud the oh my gosh, that's how loud the internet is. All the people who claimed there was mold contamination, etc., lied for views, and I sat back and took it and let it destroy me. I will never do that again. Before we go into the details of like everything of these lipsticks, just in case you guys forgot, like I said, I went on over to the, what is it, like Webster's dictionary, and I'm over here like, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, I'm a high school dropout, y'all. Like, I literally always keep it with you guys. I'm not the brightest crayon in the box. You know what I'm saying? But this literally says right here, the second definition of contaminated is made unfit for use by the introduction of unwholesome or undesirable elements. Like I said, maybe I'm just stupid, but one would think you don't want white fuzzies or like little beads inside your lipstick. That's an undesirable element, right? Like that's what I would think. So to me, I feel like by definition, her lipsticks were contaminated. Like I just don't get it. I watched back her whole video and I was like, because I want to play some clips within this video of it just to like, you know, refreshing your guys' memory. And I was watching that back and I was like, okay, she said within that video, which I will play, that her products were not contaminated, but she never touched on the beads that were in there. And because she said her products can't be harmful, and I'm like, whatever these little beads are, okay, she explained the air bubbles. I'm talking about the actual physical beads. I will go over tweets after I play the clips for you guys. But I'm like, wouldn't that be like harmful? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people want to put on lipstick and then actually accidentally swallow like a bead from a machine. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, go ahead and check out these clips from her old video just that way you guys can refresh in your memory.
My lipsticks are not moldy. They are not hazardous. They are not contaminated. They are not unsafe for you in any way, shape, or form. Every single ingredient in my lipstick is new and it is FDA approved. And again, I will give you proof right here if you guys want to look over these documents in depth and tear them apart. You go right ahead and see that they are not contaminated. Every single ingredient is FDA approved and they are not expired. But let me just say this. It is not harmful for you. This is not in any way harmful. It's just little white cotton fuzzies that come from a very sterile environment. Still not okay. But I just want to let you guys know that if it doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother you. Like I've had several people contact me. They're like, oh, I don't care. I just wiped it off and used it. And I'm like, that's fine. But still, it's not perfect and it's not what I want for my product.
So as you can see, even from way back then, she was still saying that her products were not contaminated, which I'm like, they literally are. Like, I just don't get it. I think maybe her version of like contaminated means like with like bacteria or mold or something that's going to cause like some type of virus. I do want to read one single tweet before we get into the lipsticks. Well, not tweet actually, sorry, a post from KJ Bennett. You know that we've talked about him before on my channel. He is in the beauty industry. I'm going to go ahead and read his whole caption because he posted about this too, because I do want to point this out right here. So at Jaclyn Hill attempting to rewrite history again. Let's keep this simple and factual. So JH and her cult of fans understand, 2% of a cosmetic run being contaminated is 2% more than acceptable. Exactly. And I guess you're calling at Raw Beauty Christie, Brianna Fox Makeup, and Pretty Pastel Please liars, because they found more than fuzz and bubbles in their lipstick, and so did far more than 2% of the people who received them, many, who never to this day received their promised refund. I do want to say on this, though, I talked to a lot of people during this time. I even had a couple friends who actually purchased from Jaclyn Hill, and they did receive their refund. I believe there was about 3 people that I talked to that actually sent me like screenshots of their refunds. So to my understanding, I do feel like everybody did get their refund. I could totally be wrong about that, but to the people that I know and the people that are on my comment section as well too have gotten their refund. So I will say that though. So anyways, he put hashtag here's the tea. Damage occurs in manufacturing and shipping, but contaminated products should never make it into a consumer's hand. And if they do, they should be recalled. This is the point that I wanted to bring up right here from his post. This is the reason why I'm reading it, because I found it to be so interesting. I don't know anything about this field, so I'm wondering if it is true. But he says, but who refused to recall the contaminated Jaclyn Hill lipsticks because insurance wouldn't cover a recall? Question mark. At Forma Brands, who owns at Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. That's who. This was such an interesting piece to me because I'm kind of like, wait. So if you like do a recall, then insurance is not going to cover it, but insurance would cover it if you don't do a recall on it. In my personal opinion, I feel like these products should have definitely been recalled considering all the stuff that was in them. And so many people can get out there and defend Jaclyn Hill and say, oh my gosh, you know what? It's just little fuzzies. Who wants fuzzies in their lipsticks? Who wants fuzzies in their mouth? Like, it's kind of nasty. You know what I mean? It's so crazy to me though. I don't even understand why she opened this door again. Like, girl, I would have just left it shut. So anyways, continuing on with his post right here. Jaclyn, why would you drag hashtag lipstick gate back up? Oh wait, don't you have a jewelry launch coming up? Oh my gosh, say, I didn't read down this far and I'm like, same. Literally, that's what I thought. And because no one is paying enough attention to you, do you feel the need to create some drama? Of course, how could we forget the Jaclyn Hill marketing plan? Gaslight, rinse, repeat. Oh my gosh, he's kind of going in, but I do have to say, like, his points are really kind of valid, to be honest with you. BTW shouldn't keep cream products for more than 2 years, and those lipsticks were allegedly manufactured in 2019, more likely manufactured in 2017, and the launch was postponed due to Vaultgate, because if you guys don't remember, she had the Morphe Vault collection that was just a disaster. So apparently, well, let me say allegedly, she held back her lipstick launch because there was just too much drama going on, and that probably would affect sales. So that lipstick might be 4 to 5 years old already. Hashtag gross. I just want to say, I feel like he brings up some very valid points. I feel like a lot of people really do stir the pot. You guys know, I feel like this was like Jeffree Star's MO. Whenever he was going to be coming out with the collection before, he would cause some drama and it would really sell his product. I remember there would always be this type of scandal or this type of headline or this type of like news article posting about him and like this drama, and then bam, he would sell out a collection. And I really do feel like all of a sudden he's like really laying low and not bringing up any drama. And I kind of feel like he's not doing as well as sales. That's just my opinion. I obviously don't know because I don't know the insight of his brand, you know. So I do want to just go in this before we close out this video, just to refresh in your guys' memory. I feel like Raw Beauty Christie is the person who actually like put this all out there and just like, y'all, I still say till this day, like, it trips me out. Like, I give her huge props because her being such a big influencer, I kind of felt like, and I'm just keeping it real, I feel like a lot of influencers really do kind of kiss ass, you know what I'm saying? Like, they want other big influencers to like post about them and rave about them and support them, you know what I'm saying? However, Raw Beauty Christie was like, no, I'm gonna tell the truth, and she really put this out there. So this is what she had tweeted right here. I'm just gonna go into the tweet so that you guys can see the pictures of the product. She said, all I can say is WTF, and you guys can see the little hair standing up of the lipstick right here. I do want to say though, out of all the people's posts, this was kind of like the most mild. Yes, within Raw Beauty Christie's video, she did obviously go underneath the microscope and find way more like particles particles of stuff inside the lipsticks. But let's just go ahead and roll on into this because it just made me bring up like, wait, she never addressed these little balls. So this girl had tweeted right here at Jaclyn Hill at Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. I am a huge supporter. Seriously, love you. I was so excited to buy your lipsticks today. When I went to put on decaf, I noticed there was a hard ball inside of it. What is it? Can I get a replacement? You guys can see this ball coming out on here. Multiple people have posted about this. You guys literally see this ball. She never mentioned what that was. And to me, I'm so sorry, but I definitely think this could be like a health hazard. You know what I mean? Like it's a ball. Like you don't even know what it is. You know what I mean? Here goes another one right here that I was just kind of like, oh, girl, like you could see all these little balls on here. She said, why is my at Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics decaf lipstick lumpy? At Jaclyn Hill, this can't be okay, right? And you guys can see all of the little balls in there. Within Jaclyn Hill's video, she was saying that this was caused by air. Like it was just a little air bubble rising to the top and that was it. And I just want to say, y'all, I have been in the cosmetic industry for 14 years now. I worked at MAC for almost 8 years. I have sold so many lipsticks and I have never, and I do mean never, have I ever returned a lipstick or put a lipstick on somebody that had an air bubble in it. Like I just find it really hard to believe that this air bubble is like, oh, this is the problem. I'm like, no, like, y'all, come on. I worked at MAC. Y'all know how MAC lipsticks were back in the day. Like, so many people bought lipsticks and I've never had this problem. So I'm just kind of like, I just don't get it. So anyways, this was her post from way back in the day. Like I said, I just wanted to brushing up on this. She said, my team and I are working very hard on finding out exactly what is causing the grittiness and bumpy texture on some of my lipsticks. I am so sorry to see some of you dissatisfied with my product. I will make it right for you and learn from this mistake. That's a promise. And I'm sorry, but me personally, and this goes for even in my personal life, I feel like when anybody makes an apology, the first part to an apology is change of behavior. I feel like her going out there and saying like, no, they're not contaminated and still kind of like doubling down on it. It's like, girl, are you really learning from it? Like, I just don't get it. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, time and time again that I did find myself, you know, kind of like, oh, feeling bad for Jaclyn because I really did, y'all. Like, she just got so much hate and then people started attacking her physical looks. And I'm like, what is wrong with people? If we're talking about how somebody handles business and how people get onto social media and present themselves, you want to judge them for their characteristics, that's totally fine. But like, to sit here and talk about her bad, you know, business management skills and then talk about her face and then talk about her weight, I'm just like, it just completely erases the point. You know what I'm saying? And I just didn't like that people did that. So when I was making my previous videos, I was like, you know what? I just feel way too bad for her. Like I really do. And honestly, y'all, I have been in the lab before. I have created products before that I'm never going to come out with. But I went through that whole process and I've seen it all in the making. And I'm like, you know what? I felt bad for her because I saw on the inside, like, if you buy hundreds of thousands of lipsticks, you are not going to be able to single-handedly look over them all. So I did give her the benefit of the doubt. However, her and her team just handled it so wrong in my opinion. But anyways, y'all, I leave you guys with this final question. Do you guys feel like she's coming out with a new collection soon, or is it for her jewelry line? Like, what do you guys think it is? Because this just seems so random. And why would she want to open this door again? Because obviously it has everybody like, girl, come on, they're contaminated. You know what I mean? What makes you guys think that she did this? Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.